Hola, hola, everybody! Yay, it's another wonderful Sunday here on Commercial Drive at the Butter Kings, and I am joined by the lovely Liz and the lovely Al, and we're gonna have a rockin'
What going
Sunday.
on?
We're gonna get fucking high off many, many dabs and many, many doobies
And
and
smoothies.
and smoothies and have a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, doobies and
So,
dabs
Liz,
and
Yes.
this is
smoothies.
your first time on
It
my
is
show.
very exciting.
I'm so excited. So you are here repping Liz, of course, and
Yes.
also Maple Leaf Extractions,
Yes.
which is super
Yes,
fucking cool.
Definitely.
They've been around for a really long time.
We've
Mm.
3 and a bit years now, I guess.
I
almost 4.
smoked this stuff before I knew you
Mhm.
and knew that you were involved with that. And
Most people did.
So when I put the two and two together, Butter King in the house. I was like, oh my god, it makes sense why it's so lovely.
Yeah, no, it's a great company. It's a lot of fun. We specialize in high quality, terpene rich, cannabinoid rich, just delicious concentrates that you want to dive into and you want to share with your friends because you want to show up
Clean
to that session and you want to have the bomb. You buy some
And
of
you
that.
don't even have to tell anybody that because everyone sort of screams it out for you.
They
I've
know.
noticed.
Or they
Clean
take a dab of it and
concentrates.
they're like, while mid dab, they're like,
You can see it on their
you're like,
face.
what is this magic you brought me? And you're like,
Awesome.
those are real terps. And they're delicious.
And what is this magic I'm smoking here?
That's some beauty from RPM Farms. Some Goji OG number.
Oh, that's one of my favorite
3.
mid-afternoon smokes for them.
Do you remember when I smoked some of
I
that?
don't remember.
Yes,
that.
you do. Listen to the story. So after the collective scare show, I was talking about how I got a jar given to me by
Blackbeard.
Blackbeard, yes,
Yes.
Blackbeard. And then I was trying to figure out what it was, and
Lemon
you
Larry.
said, I guarantee you it's the Lemon Larry. And I said, for some reason, I feel like you told me it was the Hindu. Anyways, I ended up messaging him, and it was indeed the Lemon Larry. You know your shit very, very well.
Well, that's primarily what he
And-
was handing out that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't, it was so loud, and I don't remember what he had told me. I was so freaking stoned. I was just like, man, like, mad respect that you're even just coming up to me and giving me this jar of freaking dank fire. Like, wow.
Blackbeard,
Fucking
shout out.
amazing.
Yeah,
Straight
shout out to
up.
Black- he
Big
was
shout out to Blackbeard.
Uh-oh.
Boss was giving everybody
Butter
weed that
King's
night. It was
got an
hilarious.
arsenal of bagels over there.
Yes, he does. Would you like
what
a bag,
the?
Val?
What the?
Oh, dang.
That we can get the hand to come drop one off if you'd like.
No, we're good, we're good, we're good.
The hand, yeah, see the
Yeah.
hand's like I'm here ready to work.
We're good. We're good right now.
It's a good part. It's a good part.
I've
Not a
got-
lot of responsibility,
got
but you
Buddy
get all
in the
fun.
background just screaming of how much he loves to be the hand
Just
on my
bagel
show.
hand.
The arm, the hand, whatever. I think a hand is connected to the arm, so at the end of the day, it's both.
There you go. Exactly. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh God. Well, here we go. Here comes the appearance. It's wonderful. Thank you very much. The hand.
The
Yes,
hand,
wonderful.
ladies and
Very
gentlemen.
wonderful.
The hand. Give the hand a hand.
Yeah. Round of applause for the hand. I love it. So let's have a looky at the mountain of wonderful things here.
Yeah, what you got sitting there?
Definitely.
Well, I've
There's some
got
big
some-
nugs.
Some White Castle here.
You got some weeds.
Looks
which is
awesome.
And then I have some God's Green Crack,
Mm.
which is different. So I have a lot of similar things in the back right now, and I wanted to have two different things.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Very
Well,
different profiles for
yeah,
sure.
exactly. So, and I've been working with cannabises that are a lot more like the White Castle, and I find they are, for some reason, just
The fruity dank hybrids.
yeah, and they're just easier to work with. Maybe it's because I like them more. I don't know what it is, but I'm just really enjoying them. I'm just
It's the
looking
same
at
way
them,
you like a
working at them.
fruity sweet drink sometimes. You're just like that
Yeah.
one. It looks awesome and it smells amazing. It's
Mm,
amazing, like
so
delicious
yummy.
weed too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They're the
So-
margaritas of the weed.
Margaritas. I like margaritas.
Me too.
Although I don't like to drink virgin margaritas.
Yeah, I just
Virgin
like
margaritas
I just
we
like
can go for.
Slurpees.
Ah,
I
Yeah.
like to drink.
I like Slurpees.
I like tequila. I think that's why
I
I,
like
like
to drink.
margaritas.
Tequila is
Periodically.
funny. I don't like to drink, but if I am going to have a drink,
It's tequila.
I can do the tequila, and I think
Yeah.
it's because I'm Mexican.
For
To be
me, I,
honest with
I,
you.
I drink medicinally. Yeah.
Yes, I've
When
heard
I'm when I'm feeling like
Mm-hmm.
you know that kind of low.
Mm,
It's like you know.
mm.
I'll look and see where what the best show that's coming to town is. You know,
Yeah.
it's like hip hop, metal, punk rock. Those are the genres I usually look in. and then I'll hit up that show, get drunk as fuck, and it's like a youth injection. For
Yeah.
for the next 3 4 months, I'm sailing on youth energy that I can't seem to achieve myself. I can't speak for anybody else, but myself I can't seem to achieve without a good
A
little
good, that's how
yeah
you have your fun.
yeah.
Well, speaking of shows and hip
Did we?
hop and all that stuff, I heard a rumor that might be able to be confirmed
Well,
today.
there's
Is this a possibility?
that's not even a rumor. That's
Oh, that rumor mill.
It's
100%.
100% now. What
100%.
is going on? Let the
We
viewers
got
in.
we got the legend. Two fucking. It's not even just one. We got three legends. It's who am I kidding? And we're working on a fourth.
Holy
All right.
fuck.
So first legend, Mac Sean 100, West Coast pioneer, associated closely with Snoop Dogg and the Dog Pound Gang.
Yep.
He's part of the family, part of the West Coast Kings over there. Then Daz Dillinger.
Yes.
I mean, like Daz for me is
Daz.
it's well Daz and Salam. So we got Salam Rec and Daz Dillinger, who both I say between Dr. Dre, Daz, and Salam Rec, the three of them are the ones who engineered, pioneered the West Coast hip hop sound, brought it to the world,
Right.
and are the influencers of that genre. They're the pioneers and the influencers. It's you don't have Snoop Dogg without Daz. You know, the Chronics album, it's Daz and Dre that made all the beats for Chronics.
And that is
Almost,
like
it's
to this
it
day
is the
still one of
pinnacle. It is the it's
yes.
you know if
Such a
if in
good
rock
album.
and roll
Such it's
you know if we take rock and roll we have the White Album and Pink Floyd The Wall.
It's up there with the legendary
In
hip hop albums,
in
for
hip hop
sure.
we have the Chronics,
Yeah,
Dre's Chronic
definitely.
album, and it's
I remember when that album dropped, and I was like, "Oh my god, he
it's
just put a
probably one
weed
of
leaf on
the
it."
most influential piece of hip hop music ever laid down. So it's really an honor to be bringing Mac, Daz, and Salam up here. It's Fortune Sound Club, December 21st.
So close to Christmas.
Well,
I love that.
we were looking at schedules, and that seemed to be the
It's like a Christmas
best.
present.
Like yeah, it seemed to be the best
Oh,
last date
tequila,
that
you
we could have. And our goal is yeah we want to put on a kick-ass show, but really the goal is to raise we're trying to raise 10K to give away to three downtown east side food projects, which we're going to announce next week.
Good for you, Al.
And you know, between ticket sales and sponsorship, I think we can achieve the $10,000 mark. And another thing we're offering that's pretty unique is we've got a 75 person artist meet and greet that comes with a catered dinner and a full swag bag with enough gear for head stash for the night and beyond. So if you're looking for that, there's only 75 of those passes available.
How can they get those?
We're going to be dropping all of that information. Tickets you can get through to Fortune Sound, fortunesoundclub.com. Let's double check that.
I want the meet and greet pack.
Yeah, it's going to
That's
be
what I
fun.
want.
So we're yeah, we're doing a series of these events. We're hoping to
And they're all like charity events at the
they're
same time.
everything
Like, that's the coolest thing about the cannabis community is we're always doing something to raise money to help somebody else.
for real.
Every fucking time. I love
And
that.
in 2018, that's the direction I'm steering Temple of Calyx towards. Is ooh, that one went down the wrong tube.
Ooh.
We're we're getting into the realm of genetics and seed production in 2018, and we're also getting into events. So these kickdown events, we're looking to form a basically a core group of philanthropic providers that can use entertainment and kick-ass live shows as a vehicle to raise money for various causes, from downtown east side local projects to international projects like microloans for struggling citizens in third world countries. And
Fucking
there's a
rights,
lot of
man.
shit we
Fucking
could do
rights.
with weed, and you know how well a lot of people have done off of it. And I think there's a lot of things that are kind of out of balance, and I think that cannabis could help contribute to putting those things back in check.
Dab time.
So that's the goal of that. So we're gonna get up Fortune's page here. There we go.
Does it make it a little quieter when I turn my mic off?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Okay, good. It does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. I helped.
Krista nodded. That's all you need.
So
What
yeah,
am I
you can
smoking, Liz?
tickets.
That is some sweet cheese.
Sweet cheese.
Very nice.
Dabs up, baby.
Tickets are available at fortunesoundclub.com, and if you're interested in the VIP meet and greet passes, you can send me a DM at classinsession666 on Instagram, or an email at classinsession666@gmail.com.
Goes down in the DM.
It was down in the DM. We're also looking to fill maybe 4 more sponsorship slots. And if you have any gear that you want to associate your brand with for the swag bags, always appreciated. We got 75 bags to be put together, so
Mhm.
anything's welcome. I want to give a shout out to Everlasting, who didn't kick in for sponsorship, but just gave a flat out donation.
Nice.
So fucking A, Everlasting, you fucking rock.
That's
Nice.
awesome. That's
That's dope.
amazing.
It is humbling.
Mm.
And to Fortune Sound Club
Straight
for
up,
all
that's
for
the way to
all
do
the
it.
support, to Blueprint events
Everything
for all of the
cannabis related
support.
has been
J1
going down there,
Agency,
man. It's
Big
amazing.
A,
It's a nice spot.
everybody. Thanks for all the support in this.
They're even really lenient about the smoking and stuff, which I find pretty amazing.
Well,
'cause
one thing.
it's technically illegal to smoke indoors. Cigarettes, weed, anything. So thanks for pushing the rules and
See,
pushing those boundaries
for the
us.
artist meet and greet, we didn't want to put too much strain on Fortune because of all of the just the awesome things that they've extended to us and the community and stuff.
Mm.
So we're doing the actual artist meet and greet pre-show puff down at Cannabis Culture on
Nice.
Hastings.
Nice.
And it'll be a catered event, and that way it takes a lot of pressure off of Fortune, and it gives a lot more freedom to sponsors to do what they do, and it just creates a better harmony for the night. So that's what we're doing with this one.
It's amazing. I love that. That's
dope.
a really, really good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was sweet. We were able to like mob over to the show as like some just like stone
Yeah,
crowd
well,
of
if-
people
if-
that are
Which is
leaving
awesome.
CC.
If
It's
we-
gonna be
if-
so much
God,
fun.
it's gonna
Well, if
be
we get enough
wicked.
sponsorship, I'm just gonna get a party bus because it's literally a 4 block ride, right? So
Exactly.
I'm sure
We can all
we could just
pile
like
in.
Right?
yeah, just
That would be a
just 75
fun
people
four
cram
blocks.
into
Yo,
a
somebody's
bus for 4
family
blocks.
owns a party bus company. You can have a spot if you provide the bus
Yes.
and get people back to CC at the end of the night or something like that. We're gonna deal. There's
Well, at the
gotta
end
be
of the night
somebody
it'll
that,
be 2 in the morning, so
Fair
you're
enough.
pretty much
Anyone can
done.
do what they want.
Yeah.
You get a
But
ride
yeah,
to
maybe
the...
it might take out 2
We
party buses
want
to
a
get
party
75
bus.
people, but and plus
might.
artists, but
No, artists will go in their own.
their own little
Yeah.
thing. But
How's
yeah,
the king
somebody
doing
has
today?
a limo company and somebody
The
has
artists
a
are
party
going to
bus
join
company.
us from 7:30 to 8:30,
Nice.
and then
They'll
and
go
then
awesome.
head to
Pre-show
the show on.
ritual.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting in on that sponsorship or that meet and greet. I mean, because I don't miss out on these things.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be a good
times
time.
for sure.
We're also, if you got twerking skills, we need 2 girls with mad twerking skills, because
We having a twerk off.
because Daz, Mac, and Salam have requested a couple dancers. So if you got mad twerking skills, post it on Instagram.
Send
Tag
it in the DM.
tag at Class in Session.
I was gonna say I got a couple friends that are like really good dancers. I don't know if they like twerk, but
Well,
they're
dancing, yeah, dancing too. You know, it's like we
They
you know,
basically just want some girls. To
You-
make
yeah,
them
we
feel
need- yeah.
good. Yeah.
we need some women that are well versed in the fluid motion of the physique.
Of the physique. Wow. I like the way he says things. He makes you want to kind of shake it,
like,
doesn't
you're
he?
like, oh well then, oh well then.
Would you like to have a dab?
Well, I thought you were gonna ask if I wanted to twerk.
No.
Oh.
'Cause I definitely don't.
Come on.
Well, I kind of do, but
Well, I could twerk on you.
mm,
That would be fun.
work on me.
Yeah.
Work on me.
New song.
Work on me. Twerk on me.
These two, I tell you.
So I
Changed
finally
into a
laid down.
completely different type of show.
All right, what
Kush
do we
Queen
do?
has a thing with doing that sometimes.
With twerking on people?
Who's me?
Do you have what's
You
there?
want some
I got
diamonds?
Sour Jack diamonds, Sour Jack shatter, and sweet cheese.
Well, I think I'd be stupid not to try a sour jack shatter with a sour jack diamond.
Yeah.
I think that I would just be dumb
And you can use the diamond
to have that
dabber,
opportunity in front of me. and not take
custom
it.
made by Little Vixen Dabbers on Instagram.
I love how it stands up by itself.
I
Keeps
know.
the dabber
She's
clean.
so good. She makes them by hand. She orders everything in, and she's absolutely amazing. She just sits there and does it all by herself, and her, oh,
That's
she's so
awesome.
cute. Yeah. So little, as in LIL _ Vixen _ Dabbers. Make
Lil
sure
Vixen
you follow her.
Dabbers.
Yeah, make sure you follow her on Instagram. She's super, super hot stuff, and she makes
Hot
these
stuff.
lovely dabbers. So you guys can order some up if you want. Oh, look at that. Ooh, fire. Let's heat it up.
It's okay. I'll be fine. If there's some
Oh,
weed in
look
there.
at the lion. Who's Liz?
What's going on, little homie?
Hi, Dawn. How are you?
Wow, what an awesome little beast.
Come here.
Isn't he adorable?
You got a mane.
Come here.
He's a little lion.
Hey, lion dog.
Oh, he is a lion. Mr. Bean. Hi, Mr.
What's
Bean.
going on, buddy?
Aw, hi.
Straight out lion dog.
Oh, hi, Mr.
Oh,
Bean.
yeah,
How are
that
you?
little buddy.
Now I wish even more that Buddha was here.
Buddy.
And Mr. Bean enjoys his CBDs.
Mr.
S&T.
Bean, are you okay?
Yes, he
You look
does.
a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
Good chin rub for
Hi,
Mr.
honey.
Bean. What a big
Yeah.
Hi,
chin rub.
honey. I'll let you go now if you
Just a
want.
big chin rub.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
Hi, honey.
Straight out Maine, I love it.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi,
Oh,
baby.
just adorable. And how's Dawn doing today?
I'm really good.
Good.
Your hair looks
Good.
fabulous, by the way.
Yeah. Love that jacket.
The fairy look.
The fairy look.
Looks
I
good.
love
I
it.
likes it.
Get on the ferry. You
Yeah.
right?
I thought you meant like forest fairy, like
That's totally what I was
Me
thinking.
too. I was
I was
thinking
like, that's
fairy in the
awesome. It
garden
looks
or something. Like you
like
totally do
elven
look like
fairy.
that. Yeah.
I could totally see that.
Go ahead, sweetheart. It's okay.
Stand outside.
Oh, he
I put him
squeaks.
down wrong. I'm sorry.
Little buddy squeaks. The
It
squeaking
was
lion
a
dog.
nervous. It was a
Yeah.
nervous.
I just didn't want him to jump because I know
Yeah.
Pomeranians, if they jump too high off a couch, they could hurt their legs. But
Yeah.
Okay, good. I didn't know his boundaries, so. Pretty up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Too. He's so cute.
So anyways, you get on the ferry, you have to smoke your joint outside.
Yeah.
You do have to smoke your joint outside when you're on the ferry. Yeah.
Well, you don't have to, but you're facing some some scrutiny and perhaps a little bit of an argument and maybe even like a detainment. But you don't have to. It's just strongly suggested. That's
On the top deck. Yeah.
they have a designated joint area.
He was a little excited about me doing that. So I thought I better get out of the car.
Ooh, that's hot. Hot
Mhm.
dabs.
You don't have to do it that hot though. You can
Oh, I
wait.
won't do it that hot.
I did, yeah. It's back on. I've been remembering actually. I'm pretty good today.
Hey, I got
on
a
it
song for
today.
that too.
Turn the fucking mic on.
Turn the fucking mic back on.
Go. It's gonna be too low now. See, it's too low. Just kidding. Ah.
Perfect.
Goodbye, Butter King. We shall miss you. Rockin'.
Yeah.
Woo!
Ooh, squished.
So, Liz,
Yes.
how long have you been with Maple Leaf Extractions, or were you part of the creation and all that, or how did that all go down?
I
Let me in on everything.
I would.
While
Straight out
he dies
squished.
over on the side.
You know that really compressed feeling that happens sometimes?
Yes.
You going camping there, buds?
Camping hard.
Yeah.
Camping
okay,
hard.
Okay.
Going camping.
Yeah, no, I've been with Maple Leaf since before Maple Leaf was Maple Leaf.
Oh, nice.
Well, I mean,
Boom.
with Cody.
Yeah,
Before.
yeah.
So,
Well,
yes,
yes.
he started the company by just deciding
Making good
he
stuff.
he knew how to make, he knew the process, he liked learning about it, and then he knew that he could make really high quality stuff and provide it to other patients that really needed
Yeah.
it. So
So he perfected
yeah.
his skills of this, clearly.
Yeah, and it's like, and he still researches every single day. Like, I wake up regularly to him, like, on his iPad, just like Googling stuff. I'm like, what are
That's
you doing?
good,
But he's
though.
like, look at this new system that's coming out. It's all, I'm like, I don't care about these
That's
processes.
really good.
It is, exactly. Like, I
Yeah.
No, he's always
I
upping his
trust the
game for
medicine
sure.
a lot. Like, it's very clean, and like we've gotten tests that prove that.
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, we Maple Leaf strive.
I sent him info for a lab.
A new one.
Yeah, a new
Nice.
lab that he could.
Good.
he could
Yeah,
get
we need a
steady.
reliable lab that we can actually
pretty
do like
reliable.
regular testing too. We do spot testing here and there, but
So
everything comes back
as
very
a
clean. So
as a someone who runs this company, what are some of the most stressful things that you feel like you have to deal with this sort of company wise? So like you were just saying, maybe finding like a consistent lab.
yes,
Would that
definitely.
definitely
Also,
be
like, for
something?
sure, finding
Yeah.
space to work in is always
Right.
tough.
Yeah.
With the gray industry that we're working in, it's always tough to find a landlord that's cool with it,
Yes.
two,
Right.
an area that's okay with
You
it.
want a regular?
Other issues can be I know for other extraction companies, and we deal with it as well, is finding good starting material, because you can't make gold out of poop.
It's true. It's
You
very
just
true.
No.
can't. So picking, like, and that's another thing that Cody really loves doing, is he loves picking the starting material, which is why Cody and Al are such good friends. Is because if you haven't noticed, that's what Al really likes
Well,
to
how-
do too.
That's how Cody and I met actually is I had a super bad seizure downtown and I showed
Yeah,
up
I
at
remember.
Cannabis Culture like just bloodied, like head fucking cracked and fucked up. And girl that was working there, Tegan, she grabbed me and sat me down and like out of nowhere there was Cody already ready with a dab rig and I didn't know Cody and he just like bop.
Yeah.
And that was it. So I remembered that reset me kind of thing. And then yeah, I got a hold of him and we started talking and that's just how
Magic was made.
Friendships.
was made.
God,
But
I
yeah,
love
we
that.
Maple Leaf loves running Temple Gear, because when you start with like I like to use this analogy. If you think about apple juice, if you tried to make apple juice out of
Apple cores.
cores and leaves and stems, that's not gonna make good apple juice.
Nope.
No.
But if you make it out of beautiful, well cared for, organic, not
Yes.
sprayed apples,
Yes.
you're gonna have some
I
good stuff.
100%
So
agree
it's,
with that.
it's
Good
the
stuff.
same sort of thing.
I
so,
find when I smoke extracts that when I know that the person is using buds, high quality cannabis,
Very
and
much,
they're
yeah.
not using trim or they're not using bottom of the bag
Yeah.
or just poop weed, because they know that it'll still take the THCs and all the other things off of
they'll
the
still get
plant.
the yield,
Yeah,
the
they'll still- yeah.
like potency, and just like the quality of the product won't be
It's
there.
such poop. Exactly. It's
Some
such
of them are
poop.
so bad.
And then not only that, but then they're going through a bad process or they're using bad butanes or
Yeah.
things like this. And then you're wondering why when you're smoking them, you're getting headaches and your throat by the end of it feels raw.
Exactly. Yeah.
When I smoke butter
your lungs
or
like
when I
close
smoke
up almost, and you feel like you
Yes.
can't like.
when I smoke
Ugh.
quality rosins and live resins and butter, it's just such a different
It is
feel on my throat, on the clearness and the cleansingness of my high
Yes,
as well. It's
definitely.
just such a big difference.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So I'm very grateful that you guys do what you do, because it
thank ya.
makes smoking maple leaf extractions fun and wonderful
Exactly.
and
You don't have to worry.
actually medicinal instead of worrying that I'm smoking it. And yes, for sure. Mwah. Good to see you, sweetie. Sounds good.
See it.
That was CBD Dawn. It's
That
nice
little
to have-
dog was
It's
awesome.
nice to have
So
a visit from her.
cute. Ugh, it's
Yeah.
adorable.
Yeah,
Such a
Mr.
sweet
Bean.
Mr. Bean. Such a cute name. So pretty. But yeah, no, that's it's pretty much like
Yeah.
I guess it'd be like kind of our mission statement is just to produce high quality,
Good.
clean, safe, delicious medicine that's not like I don't know, isolates and distillates are cool and they're awesome, and We produce some of those too, but we really like terpenes. Like, have you ever
Yeah.
dabbed a sauce that has like 18 different like profiles all in it? That shit will hit you so hard and rock your world.
The thing is what and I don't mean this in a rude or negative way at all, but I think people don't know about this stuff. They
Yeah.
don't take the time to research it. They don't understand the differences in high quality cannabis and not high quality
Yeah.
cannabis. A lot of the times people will just look at one bud and look at the other and be like, this is better.
Yeah.
That's just how they
Oh
don't
yeah.
understand the fine details of cannabis
Exactly.
and extracts and edibles
Everything,
and all that
especially
stuff.
edibles and
There's
tinctures and
so
creams and
there's
stuff.
just so
Amount
much
of
different.
like you've been in the bud tending industry for and like you manage this place, right? So you've seen all of it. So like I've seen like creams that have mold on them, and like they're like, oh no, it's good, it's good. It's just it.
No, it's horrible.
No, it's
Yeah.
never okay.
Yeah.
It's never okay to produce a product and sell a product like that to somebody,
No,
especially to patients. Like,
especially to patients.
are you
Oh no,
serious?
they're like rhizomes. It's
They're right,
it's
fine,
shit,
it's
it's,
fine.
Or
uh,
mold
Or if like the buds
a
mold,
pro- it's a
oh,
proper
just knock
mold.
it down $1 and sell it anyways.
Our cream
No.
contains a
No.
proper. You just
No.
remix that.
No.
It won't
Oh yeah,
resurface
it's just
for 10 more
separated a
days.
little
That's
bit.
why
It's
I
like,
get so mad when-
no.
It just won't surface for 10 more days. Mix it back
But
up.
that's why I get so mad when we have these recalls happening. How is a recall even happening? How is cannabis leaving a premise when it hasn't been, what quality control hasn't been, like there's
Well,
been no
and they have
check on
so many regulations
quantity,
and
like,
so many rules they have to
so
follow.
many
So how is
variables,
stuff
too.
getting
I'm
through
so
it?
flabbergasted that there's
But-
still recalls happening.
Right?
No,
I
there's
mean,
there's so
fucking
many
bloody sense
variables
to
to
me.
that, right? Like so a batch. Let's take creams for instance. Okay, they make the batch. It's fresh. That batch is good, right?
I'm more
It
speaking of
sits-
cannabis, but okay,
it,
keep
it,
going.
it,
though.
it sits on the shelf for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's fucking. That puts a little bit of time into it. It starts to turn a little bit. Some rancidity happens. They get it onto the shelves of a dispensary, or even still, they get a fresh batch and they give it to a club. The club puts it away, and then it doesn't sell right away. And then after 2 or 3
shops
months, or,
improperly store product and it causes them to degrade.
there's
in
there's
store.
there's so many
That's
variables,
true
right?
as well.
Or
so-
buying
so-
like 85 when you sell
so it's
3 in a
possible
month.
it's possible for a product to be viable upon release and then have it turn
In the wrong hands and have it turn.
even with weed. I mean,
Yeah.
there was a shop we gave weed to, and they forgot about it. They let it sit, and it literally sat for almost a year, right? And improperly stored, and then they found it and they put it on the shelf after a year, just sitting in a box, getting hot, getting like, it went through a super hot summer at a non-air conditioned place. It's like just like
And that
having.
probably comes down to them not knowing cannabis and how it works and not
Well,
knowing that
no,
is
it
probably
no,
really
it was
bad for
it was
it.
more about we have an investment tied up in here. Although we forgot we had the investment, we still have to recoup our investment. So they still put it out on the shelves, and it just, so there's things like that. And then, okay, so let's take weed, right?
Mhm.
Let's say a person does a 20-pound harvest, right? They take a select pound of weed. They select 5 grams out of there. They send it to a lab to test. Who's to say that those 5 fucking grams even properly represent the 20 pounds?
Yeah.
Very true.
There could have been a
So
spore.
true.
There could have been a spore outbreak in the corner of the room underneath their air exchange that they didn't even see.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and the buds they took were from plants,
That
the
didn't get
furthest
yeah.
away. Like there's so many variables, and then something from that batch gets caught by the public and says, and the public say, hey man, there's fucking this shit, it's wrong. So the whole batch needs to be recalled. When who knows how much of it was tainted, or who knows how much of it wasn't tainted.
Yeah.
And if there was something underhanded by the producers where they selected the buds that were not tainted to be tested. There's so many
But when you're
variables.
harvesting, shouldn't you pretty much kind of look at
It
all of your bud.
goes
You
down to
kind
your
of get,
goes down to your trimmers.
Yeah.
right? It comes down to who you have working
So
in your
now
garden because
we have a revolving door industry with the trimmers, right?
Yeah.
The trimmers are just
you
like
got to have
for the
a
most
good
part
team.
people that just come in and out of the
Yeah.
industry, people that
Yeah.
dip in because they need to make 20 bucks an hour for the
Yeah.
next 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and then they go backpacking, and they whatever. There's a certain demographic that goes with the trimmer industry, and it's very similar to the tree planting industry.
Yeah.
Very similar demographics. So there's a lot of inconsistencies there. So if you're relying on your trimmers to be your last line of defense before release, and you have you have a crew that's just they're
Yeah.
not really educated, they know how to trim weed really fast, and they know how to get those buds in the barrel, and that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
Because you're paying somebody 20 bucks an hour, you don't want them to take 20 hours to trim a pound of weed.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's $400 to trim a
It's
pound
true.
of weed, right? Although technically, I mean, you give somebody $400 and 20 hours to trim a pound of weed, and you can guarantee that they're going to catch any flaw.
Yeah. Oh, for
So
sure.
at the end of the day, is it worth it to give somebody that
Yes.
kind of wage? Because then you
Yeah.
attract a different ilk. You attract somebody who's meticulous. You
Yep.
attract somebody who's
Yeah.
in it because that's what they're that's
Because
the
they
task
love
at hand.
cannabis.
So it's
Well, there's
it's
even probably like in the
it's
tree planter industry too. There's those gems that are just like kill it. That probably do like
for sure.
100% more trees than anybody else, and
and
just
and
love it
and
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 kill
don't
it
get any
every.
die-offs.
No,
They have the least
exactly.
percentage of die-offs,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it might take them, maybe it takes them longer to get those in the ground, and maybe it takes them
Yeah,
like
but they're
an extra 3 weeks into the
quality of
season,
yeah.
or whatever, an extra 5 hours a day or whatever, but
Yeah.
there's still like that's the problem with the industry. There's so many different different variables, and a lot of people don't take those variables into consideration. So if
It's
you
true.
can't recognize the variable, you can't correct it.
Yeah. And also, if you can't see the value of that one
And
variable,
and
and
that
you're like, oh, I only need to
Yeah.
pay somebody $11 an hour to do this, but if you pay the guy 15 bucks an hour who actually gives a shit and is going to trim your stuff pretty well, it's going to cost you less in the long run because you're only going to have to pay him 3 hours. We're going to pay the other guy 9 or something
above and
silly, right?
beyond
So,
a licensed
true.
producer to have a very competent and experienced master grower. What they need more so are industry savvy people that know every aspect of this fucking plant, from the criminal distribution to the fucking the production, and this and the safe packaging, and the recognition of pathogens, and a multitude of pathogens. They need people like that to manage the facilities above the master growers.
yeah.
But it's not like that. The
No.
people that are above the master growers are pencil pushers.
Yeah.
They're paper people.
Mhm.
They have the least amount of
they're
knowledge.
They have
they're
zero
they're
knowledge
financial
almost, to be
savvy.
honest.
They're no, they hold a vast amount of knowledge. It's just not in what
No,
we
sorry, yeah,
ha-
not
it's just not in
cannabis-based
this
knowledge.
Yes,
in
that's
in
what I meant
this
as well. Not
right.
cannabis
Their
knowledge.
their knowledge
Number
is
knowledge.
their
and-
their
Yeah.
knowledge is in how to set up like
Manage a
Fortune
business,
500
yeah.
companies. Shit that's like at the highest ilk of
They're thinking
of
5
business
years in the
management.
future and
It's
preparing for that.
it's a whole different thing. So there's this huge gap, right? There's this monster gap that they're not filling, and partially because of the prohibition on people that have criminal records, non-violent crimes, and non-threatening, criminal records. Things that they didn't get caught with like a ton of cocaine or something. People that are just like minor minor weed offenses, and they've been excluded from the whole program, and those are the people that they need to fill that gap. Just the way it
Very
is.
Exactly.
true.
You need
I
to
agree.
blend the two,
100%.
business and cannabis.
So
need
we'll
to be
see what
blended
happens
together.
now that they're kind of thinking about allowing people with criminal records in. Things
Yeah.
could change.
Oh yeah. Well, just think of all the new like inventions over the last 5 years that have come into the cannabis industry because crazy engineers and scientists and all these people have allowed to be a bit more open about their cannabis use and be like, hey, I can design something better for that process. Boom, we have, I can't name anything off the top of my head right now,
I
but there's
love it.
so
I'm the
many
same way.
like quirky little things. Like,
Yeah.
have you guys seen those little like dabber? They're like they're like thimbles for your
Mhm.
fingers, but they're silicone. You can pick up dabs with them and stuff. random. Yeah, exactly. But they're like for dabbing it. I saw a meme that had somebody with eating a Cheeto with them, and it was like when you don't want to get your hands dirty, but you got the munchies. Accurate. But just like silicone dab mats, oil slick.
Yeah.
Those are baking sheets.
Yes, they
That
are.
somebody. And the
Yep.
guy's a dude. Like I've met the owner of Oil Slick. He has an amazing beard, humble guy, such
An
like
amazing beard.
awesome.
You
Like
are hilarious.
oh,
I
he's got the
love
No,
best.
it.
If
you're
you
right.
see him, he's
Cannabis
just
people
awesome.
But
have
now they're open and allowed to be like, hey, I can actually put all of that schooling that I went to, and
Not
all my
all though,
passion.
and that's what's sad is
Yeah.
that there's still a restriction for
Still so
so
much.
many.
The
Oh,
world's
not
gonna
just a
higher up
change,
restriction.
man.
There's a
It
flat
reminded me
out
of the dog with
social
people standing
stigma
in front of it.
Totally,
that
that like
still
can't
exists.
you can't
They can't be
say
open about
to the
it.
world and say to
They
people
will
that you
lose
smoke cannabis, oh,
everything
you
right
will
now.
lose your life basically.
Yeah, everything they
in
built
certain
over however
situations,
many
you
years.
will actually lose your life if
Exactly.
you admit to smoking cannabis or get caught smoking cannabis. It's very sad.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
makes
it's
me
gonna be
sad
really
that
cool.
something that saves that has literally
So many
saved my
people.
life and has saved so many other people's lives that I know and that brings so much happiness to people,
Yeah.
has brought people together. um I could just, the list goes on and on,
There's
that
such
people
negative
can
things
literally have
attached to
their
it.
lives taken for it.
Yeah.
That's
Like a
just,
doctor can have their doctorate taken away from them and they're not allowed to practice anymore. Like, are you
yeah,
kidding me?
your whole life just
What
gone
about
like
the
that.
doctor
Your
that
whole
goes-
career,
Look at
doesn't-
David
your
Allen
career gone.
from California, man.
Yeah.
He served time, because
And
he
jail
was.
jail is, I mean, I've never been. I can't say that it's I can't say anything about it because I've never been. But just from hearing stories from people who have been there and from seeing documentaries and stuff, and even then I can't even rely on those because that's still TV and it could still be made up, but it's no fucking joke, man.
No.
That
So
guy was
you
a,
hear
that guy was
Jody's
a
fucking
leading
you
cardiologist.
hear
and
Jody's
he
story?
fucking
Fuck,
he did
man.
time.
Well,
These
even
people
it's
are
like it's
going through
after
this
after
because
you
of-
get out of jail. You
because
get
of
that on
this.
your
Well,
resume
that's
for the
the
rest
other
of your
thing.
life. It's like
this is the thing
Yep.
that
you
that
always have to tick that
Yep.
box. Do you have a felony?
Don't get to
Yep.
travel.
Well,
you
this
don't
is-
get to
this
go
is the
anywhere
thing-
else in the world now.
Yeah.
See,
Well, I mean, you can, I guess,
But-
but
I
it's not
think
through the
people
states.
with
No,
criminal
exactly.
records should fucking band together in a class action suit. The whole point of going to jail is to serve your fucking time for your crime. When you're done, you're absolved of your crime. But
I feel
no,
like
you're
unless
not.
it's like
the way it
murder
should
No,
or
be.
you're
something.
not. You're
That's the way
fucking
it
not
should be.
absolved from any crime. You're fucking, that shit gets held over your head until you pay a shitload of money to the fucking government to
Or
Have it.
if ever.
if they can even expunge it. So it's I think it defeats the purpose of going to jail if you're not absolved of your crime upon release. It's
You're
just
gonna be
stupid.
discriminated against for the rest of it.
Completely stupid.
I mean, obviously, depending on the crime. I
Well-
don't think like some like I don't.
It's
even
all
know.
about kind of, I find, just power. It's just about control, having the control over those people.
It's an
Finding,
illusion.
yeah, finding
whole
these people
illusion.
who they can control and have them and just warp their brains and just,
Have them stuck in that cycle.
it's just crazy, yeah. I just find it so just horrible. It makes me very sad inside to think about the things that some people
Me
have to go
too.
through
I
just
just realized
because
I'm gonna
they
go take a
decided
dab because that's
to
making me all sad.
smoke cannabis. Like
Right?
literally. Yeah, literally strip butt fucking naked. Like, in front of people you don't even know.
There's
Put through
who's
horrible things.
never
And then the
hurt
things that happen
anybody
behind
ever.
there.
Yeah.
There's all these cliques and gangs and all this shit that you have to go through when you're actually inside. It's
Mhm.
just like, it's like you gotta
Sometimes-
deal with
sometimes-
that now. People
sometimes
kill
it
themselves 'cause they
forces,
don't want
uh,
to deal with it.
yeah, sometimes it
Crazy.
forces a straight person into a life they would have never.
Oh, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. It
You know,
causes
somebody
like a change
that
of direction
gets
in your
drunk
life
at a
so
bar one night
drastically.
because it's their birthday and they get a vehicular manslaughter charge. They go to jail. They're not even part of that culture. They're not even part of that ilk or
But
that
you're so
mentality.
immersed into it
and
that you
and it turns them into a whole different person upon release.
exactly.
It's criminal college.
Sad, man. Thank you, lady.
It makes me really sad.
I know guys that used to go to jail, and they would come out so much so much more fucking powerful. They would go in as like a street runner or something, and then they would come out as a boss. They'd come out and they'd have like 8 or 10 guys already working on the street that they helped out inside or whatever for them, and
because
Like
all you have time to do in there is
it's
just
straight
manage
out
people
criminal
and like
college to
organize
those who
stuff,
are
right?
to those who are
Criminal
Mhm.
college is good.
of that mind
It's
frame.
true.
You know, it doesn't offer really much rehabilitation.
It's very true.
It allows people to expand networks because there's people from other provinces in your
And it's
jail.
kind of like, you know what, like you were just
It really
saying, how the
does. It's
people
like,
how the people above know really nothing that's going on. So you've got the
oh,
people running the jails who really know nothing of what's going on with all these prison guards and all this shit that's going on
I
and
don't know
people
about
getting
that.
paid.
I kind of
It's just,
I kind of think
oh,
in
it
the
makes me
prison system
sick.
it's an accepted thing, and it's the blind eye.
It literally makes me sick.
And let's face it, it's like tree planting to the lumber industry. If you allow networks to expand during incarceration, then you can ensure further incarceration. It's simple business economics, really. If you look at inmates as commodity, um, yeah, it's simple business economics.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't like private prisons like the #1 industry in North America?
That's a scary thing. That's basically fucking
I watched this big documentary
corporatized
about how like
slave labor.
expensive they are to build, and
Well,
they're like, oh, it's ridiculous.
it's literally it's corporate slave labor. You have guys like Gordon Ramsay. Here's something. Gordon Ramsay just set up a prison program in, I can't remember what state, but
So good.
they make his cupcakes. He's got like some cupcake business, and
Seriously?
yeah, for real. And he set up this business with within a prison for them to make all of his cupcakes. So he doesn't really pay any labor, right? Because inmates work for like $8 a day or whatever the fuck it is. You know,
Yeah.
it's like it's fuck all. So he doesn't really pay any labor. He doesn't pay packaging. He doesn't like it all gets run within the prison.
You just got to
And-
build the prison, and then you have a
and
factory that
he's
works
got
for
to
free for
deal
life.
he's got to deal with
That's
the actual
horrible.
with the institution itself,
Yeah.
not the inmates. And they're disguising it as it's a great thing because it gives them experience, but no, it doesn't, because
Who's
upon
gonna hire them when they
release
get out
they're
of
a fucking
jail?
inmate. You know, they're
But I made Gordon Ramsay's cupcakes
No,
in
no,
prison.
yeah,
We
that's the
don't
thing,
give a
like,
shit.
Yeah.
you know, so upon release
Probably sign something 'cause you
it's not
can't
like
say
they're
that you actually
getting
did
they're gonna
that.
get a job as a gourmet baker
No. No.
somewhere. You know,
No.
maybe
Is Gordon
one
Ramsay
out of
gonna come give him a
1,000,
job in one of their
maybe
restaurants?
one out of 1,000 or one out of 10,000,
And they'll make a
because they really
documentary out of
shine
it.
in that special light. But it's yeah, it's not gonna change anything. That's a whole
Yeah.
scam. I mean, if Gordon Ramsay wanted to really do some good, he would set up a prison release program so that he would only accept inmates into a
work
culinary
release program.
college. No, he set up a culinary college
Oh
for
yeah, like if you can
100%.
graduate
ex-
from this, you'll get
yeah,
early dismissal,
for
and then you
ex
get to come work
inmates.
for us.
You know, if you're an ex inmate or if you're pending release, you can apply and you become a
you show
become a
dedication,
student
you
in his
show you're ready to
college,
change.
and then he ensures
100%.
a job. But to utilize, you know, criminal slave labor is just fucking stupid. No, I guess it's not stupid, but it's
criminal.
it's unjust.
It's very unjust.
It's like it's
Yeah.
it's unjust,
For sure.
because he's going to be making a lot of money off of the backs of those people.
Sad.
I'd like to research how much a cupcake costs. $6, $5, $8,
Something like that,
you
yeah.
know? How many cupcakes can they make an hour? The average inmate.
Oh, he's making bank off of it.
Average inmate gets paid $8 an hour. Maybe he pays half of that at $4, you know, to the institution. Who knows? I don't know how the deal's structured, but we can speculate in all directions. It's fun.
Regardless, it's horrible. It's brutal. It's very sad. So anybody who has been to prison, I feel horrible for you, especially if it's for cannabis. That's so wrong. Anyone who's still in prison, fuck.
Free DeLisi.
Yeah.
Rick DeLisi.
All I can pray for is that hopefully one day society will fucking give its fucking head a shake, and that
I've got
someday
faith.
hopefully change, because it's
I changed my
so
parents from
sad.
Rick DeLisi
completely
is
against
is
it
a
to
gentleman in the United
supporting it,
States.
so.
I can't remember where he is. I think he's in Florida. and he was sentenced to 99 years in jail for cannabis.
Oh, that's so sad.
Cannabis, for real.
Because he's so freaking
Free
dangerous.
DeLisi. Here we're gonna
There's
find out
murderers
where you can
and
write
like
to help free
rapists
DeLisi.
and
Didn't that one guy that like raped a girl at a party just got like 3 months probation?
yeah, because he needs to swim.
Are you serious? And somebody gets 99 years? Like,
It's
are
so
you?
sad.
That's just silly. That's just
Because he needs to swim.
right.
And you know what's really sad is that it's been happening for so long that I almost feel like a broken record every time I say it.
Yeah.
Like
It's getting
I do.
old,
Like
so let's change
genuinely,
it.
yeah, like I genuinely am like people are probably so tired of hearing us say this, but it's like it's still happening every single fucking day. And if you really take the time to think about it and you have a heart and a soul, like that's really fucking fucked up. That's really messed up. It's sad. It's
Yeah.
genuinely really sad that that's still happening in the world. And like people you know are going through that. People we look up to are going through that. Jody had to go through that. Mark had to go through that. People
For
go through
fucking
it every
weed.
day. For fucking weed, man.
Well, I guess in Mark and Jody's case, it was like political dissidents disguised
But
as a
it's
weed crime.
yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
that's a little
it's
weird.
still weed. It's like fuck off, man. Seriously? It's brutal.
So free Richard DeLisi.
Yes.
Freedelisi.com. DELISI. Freedelisi.com. And he's in Florida. You can write to the what is it? The governor of Florida?
Sure, I don't know.
Is that
Whoever's
how it
gonna
Any
goes?
listen.
political
Any political figure
person
in
in
Florida.
Yeah.
And
write letters.
ask for Rick's sentence to be expunged because it's fucking unfair.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We should be doing things
He's
like that
66. He should be fucking living the last of his fucking days out breathing beautiful air and killing
With-
cannabis.
with maybe family that he has.
FR, yeah.
No kidding.
You know?
Rick, shout out to you, bro.
Fuck.
I'm
it's
friends
horrible.
with Richard's
When did
son.
he actually go to jail?
Are you?
FREEDELISI.
When did he get sentenced?
When did Rick
So how
get
long has he already
sentenced?
served?
No, I was gonna say
Ooh,
he's
a long
66 now.
time. Let's see.
99 years. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's actually 90, my bad.
Oh, well,
But,
that doesn't
yeah.
make it any better.
Yeah, clemency is the word I was looking for.
Oh, my heart is heavy now.
It's in the 1980s.
Fuck, man. Seriously?
He's been doing like 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let the man live.
Sentenced to 3 consecutive 30-year terms for an offense that had a guideline range of 12 to 17 years. Nonviolent cannabis or nonviolence was involved.
Serious?
Or no violence was involved.
That's crazy.
That's
Oh,
horrible.
that's so sad.
Poor guy.
That is sad.
That's
So
mind-blowing.
basically, at the end of the day, that's why I appreciate what we're doing every single day, because this is our form of activism and we're doing all that we can and still thinking of ways to keep pushing forward and think of more ways to do more things to help people, to try to reverse this and to try to change it so that people in the future generations and people in the future aren't going to have to go through this like
There's a lot of
horrible
lot of
fucking
imbalance out
life.
there.
Yeah,
A
man.
lot of imbalance, and
Yeah.
even right down to the social level, there's that's kind of one of the things that we're trying to achieve with this event is to try to just reset some balance. Like there's people out there struggling, and cannabis has brought so much. What's the word I'm looking for? So many fruits into those lives of individuals who have worked tirelessly night and day to achieve those fruits. But in the process, there's an imbalance. There's people on the other side of the fence that don't have all of the tools, either functional tools, physical or mental application tools to do those things that other people can accelerate in. And yeah, I think it's we can really fill a lot of voids with cannabis from political differences to social imbalances.
It's a very neutral
Totally.
platform to be able to like address a lot of other things. Like you're addressing like hunger around the holidays with this event, sort of thing. But with you, cannabis brings people together, just like
It does.
music. It's the way a lot of
It
music
does
festivals
bring a lot of people
raise a lot of
together.
money, right? So
It's
Yep.
the way to do it.
yeah, for sure.
And there's for me there's a metaphysical side of it too. Like there's you know when fans come out to a show and pay their appreciation and their respect to a performer, there's a cosmic energy, a vibrational chord that's created. There's a frequency of jubilation, of joy, and that emits a wave. And then you have the artists on the other side who are fed by that, and then they push it out back even harder. And that creates like this, it creates a resonance. No matter how you look at it, that energy creates a resonance. You might not be able to hear it, but that energy creates a resonance.
You can feel it though. Holy.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you've ever been
If you
like,
can
a big
dedicate
concert, oh,
if you can dedicate that resonance to a movement,
Yeah.
you can in theory, in metaphysics, you can move something forward. You can move a movement, an idea, a
some sort of
cause,
progression.
you can move things forward through that. So that's why live performance events were chosen. Um, I think that's the most resounding out of all the platforms that are available to me.
Huh. Yeah, I like that. What's interesting is one of the most powerful concerts I've ever been to was Sarah Brightman.
Oh, okay.
And it was at Rogers Arena, and it's the only time I've ever been in Rogers Arena where every single fucking person was sitting down and quiet and like
Just entranced.
just in trance with this woman's voice
Oh,
and listening to her
that's
and that
awesome.
connection, like I could feel it. And it was just like I've been to so many concerts, fucking Guns N' Roses and all that stuff,
Yeah.
where the energy is just crazy, and that was it was insane.
Yeah.
Like I can't even
It
explain. I
happens
was
in
like
all different
just
ways.
like and
It
like
really
looking
does.
around and just like, oh man,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
For me, it's funny.
Like, wow.
My experience of it with like as soon as Al started talking about it, I immediately thought it was fun concerts.
Yeah.
Warp Tour. It was like 2005, maybe 2006. Dropkick Murphys, like rowdy Irish punk band.
Oh,
like
I got a
literally
great
the entire
Dropkick Murphys
crowd's
story.
just like this and I'm like 15 and I got like not thrown down by anyone in particular, but energy like that, you're gonna
Yeah.
tumble over. Immediately 6 dudes circle me. One guy picks me up and goes, "You good?" "Yeah, yeah." And just like
Back to-
oh
wow.
my goodness, like huge signs. You didn't see any of these other characters, like any of the people that came to this one show at Warp Tour the rest of the day. They were all like from ages like 30 to like 60 and brought
Dropkick Murphys?
banners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and,
Oh,
and
it
like
was
crazy,
so
crazy,
good.
like skinhead,
They were
crazy,
mean and so
fucking.
happy, and it was rowdy and but yeah, I remember
Insane.
tumbling and being looking. I'm remembering, like, holy
Oh,
shit,
shit.
this is gonna be so hard to get up of. And I look up, and all of them are standing there, like, "You okay?"
That's awesome.
Look, obviously,
Respect for
I'm
that.
a
for
smaller
sure.
girl, well, not smaller, but younger girl in a crowd like that. So they,
Make
a
sure you're
a
good.
lot of them were
right?
probably dads that were immediately like, "No, you okay? You good? You good? Okay, let's go. Come on, back to it." Best concert I've ever been to. It was so much fun, and
amazing.
just like such an opposite effect. Like yours is like
Right?
everyone was just sitting there, just like meditating, almost like listening to her, and,
And-
mine's just
And like usually those shows are done in, like Orpheum Theater or something, but to
Yeah.
to see her in Rogers was crazy.
I
I
bet.
was like, whoa! And every seat in the house was taken, and
Yeah.
everyone was sitting down. No phones were out. Nothing. It was just like everyone was just like and
Mhm.
tearing to some of her music because you just
Oh,
feel,
yeah.
and it was just like, whoa!
That was awesome.
It was powerful.
So much fun.
Yeah, I've never been to a concert like that ever again.
Yeah.
Since.
Music's
Everything else
pretty
has been
rad.
such a different energy
Yeah.
and rowdy and yeah,
That's funny.
it was pretty cool. I like concerts a lot. Music definitely, yeah.
I saw Dropkick Murphys play in a parking lot.
Nice.
That's
They're-
pretty impressive.
Their show got shut down. It was misbilled. They paired them with a band called the Dwarves, and the Dwarves are like a dirty punk rock band,
Okay.
and Dropkick Murphys are like a lot of straight edge, like it's a different. It's within punk rock. You have different genres,
Oh, yeah.
right? And a lot of them clash. so so the punk rock guys and the skinhead guys got into it, and it literally shut the whole show down.
Oh no.
So the Dropkick Murphys played an acoustic set in the parking lot. It was
Oh, that's
fucking
so
crazy.
That would have been
cool.
awesome.
And the punk rock band, the Dwarves, went to a legendary punk rock club and shut that place down because that's just their nature. They're a
Rowdy.
trash the room
Yeah.
band, and they attract a trash the room crowd.
Oh man.
But then there's
crazy.
Dropkick Murphys who are just like
They're
the
like- yeah,
energy
they're
is the
different.
rowdiest I've ever experienced in my life. Like ever. Like I remember having like my backpack grabbed and I was like swung around. It was amazing. But
It was
terrifying.
amazing.
They're fun.
Holy shit. But just at the same time so calm to that point if like anything happened to anybody, they all would have just like stopped and been like, no. We are here to jam and we are here to mosh.
Yeah, and that
With
is
none
it.
of that negativity.
That would
Bring
be a
it
good
elsewhere,
St.
sir.
Patrick's Day show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dropkick Murphys
God.
St. Patrick's Day show. Holy crap.
Because, dude, like, we're a Warp Tour. So you've got punk rock, you've got, like, all these, like, emo scene kids all over. Like, this is 2005. So this is,
Yeah.
like, peak of it. And then all of a sudden, all these, like, older gentlemen come out with, like, kilts and stuff.
And suspenders and fucking.
Insane.
I've been here for
Cindy in the house.
Cindy in the house.
It
Cindy
was
in
just
the
funny. Yeah, you're just like,
house.
you've been here for, like, 5 hours. And all of a sudden, like, where the fuck did you all come from? And just like, were you just waiting in the parking lot and your kids are here, like,
Oh,
enjoying the
that's
rest of the day?
awesome.
Like,
Yeah.
what happened?
Big guy just looks at you.
Ugh.
I just came from a Toker tour tree.
It's
my
such
God.
a vivid memory for me. Oh, it was just.
Well, I just came from a Toker tour tree.
Oh shit.
Well, I've had a really, really good hour. I mean, we got a little deep and heavy there, but you know what?
I feel like
that's
the
part of
music
this
brought it back
industry.
up, though. Talking about music
It's
brought
true.
it back up.
It did. But you
Music
know what?
creates
Life is a roller
resounding-
coaster, and you have
Very
to go through the
much.
downs to feel the ups.
Yes.
And I just wanted to say that something that I've been really trying to do, and I've really learned, I feel this year, since we're coming very near to the end of the year, is just 3 simple words. Let it go.
Let
Yeah.
it go.
Let it go. So important.
True.
Really believe in it, because, you know, you hold on to that shit and you don't let shit pass, it's just going to eat you up, and
No.
you're going to get old, you're going to get grumpy, your muscles are going to ache, everything's going to suck because of your mental
You got so much
state of
weight
mind.
put on you.
Yeah.
Just by your mind.
straight
Just
up.
let it
Yeah.
go.
Let it go. Don't fight the universe.
Process it.
And love
Understand it.
each
Let it
other.
go.
Love your neighbors, love your
Yes.
friends. And yeah, just let it go.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
It's funny, like you were talking about, like loving your neighbors and stuff. This new game came out. I don't know if anybody like played Animal Crossing when they were younger, but it came out from Nintendo. It's this silly little like super happy bubbly game.
Yeah.
The entire game is just getting presents for your neighbors. And it's come out for the
Aw.
phone now. And literally, that's all you do. All your
Oh,
goals
that's
in the game
dope.
are just getting
I like
presents for
that.
your neighbors. And you go around to all these different areas and you catch fish and you find fruits and stuff.
And you give them to
And then you
people.
buy things for your own trailer. And the Pocket Camp one is what it's called. Pocket Camp for your phones. Just saying, greatest game ever. If you ever
Mhm.
played Animal Crossing growing up, I just played it like religiously growing up. And I just, the world needs that type of game right
It's
now.
true.
Because that's like, that's
Well,
all
you know,
the entire game is.
it brings back an
Genius.
old philosophy. There's a philosophy that's been pretty much lost in modern society, and a person's wealth at one time in many cultures was equated to how much they were able to give away in their lifetime.
Yeah.
You know, not what they died with, how much they had, how much they
Mhm.
did for themselves. It was how much they were able to give away.
Yeah, and how much
I
you can
love
do for
that.
others and how
Yeah.
happy the people around you
Yeah,
are.
it makes me so happy to do things for people. It
Yeah.
really, like, genuinely,
Oh yeah.
like, makes me really happy. So I like
get all
that.
like nerdy. Like, oh my goodness, like when they're trying to surprise somebody with something, just
Right?
like sitting there. I'm like, oh my god, go find it, please. I've been planning this all day. Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I love presents. That's why I love the holiday season.
Some days I walk through the supermarket, like I'll go to Safeway or Superstore,
Yeah.
and I'll look for senior citizens, and I'll slip them a 20. I'll be
Hmm.
like, pick a number between 1 and 10. It doesn't matter what number they pick.
They get
So
20
you
bucks.
just want $20. I
Woo!
was fucking, and then I'll boogies, and they're like,
Aw,
That's
Al, that is
adorable.
the sweetest thing I've ever heard.
it's just fun.
That's so
That's
kind.
hilarious.
They get
Genuine good people.
like, just the.
Literally.
They're like,
So
"What is
sweet. That's so sweet.
It's kind
I
of
love
selfish, I have to say. I don't care what it is.
You're like, because I get a lot of
Because
pleasure out of
I
it.
do. I get a lot of pleasure out of it.
That's amazing.
It's okay. That's like good karma all around.
Right?
Makes them happy, makes you happy. All I
It's
see is
good.
winning.
It's good. And maybe it'll
Winning.
make them.
The hand is back.
Oh, the hand is. Let's get the
Oh.
hand stoned.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Anyways,
The hand needs a
Liz,
hoot
thank you so
sometimes.
much for
You're very
joining me and
welcome.
bringing some amazing maple leaf extracts.
You're
with
very,
you.
very welcome.
Killer
It's
gear,
great
clean
to be
gear.
here.
Those dabs were fabulous.
I know, I'm so stoned now. It's
And I'm
brilliant.
so glad that you got to join me on my show.
Yes, it was a
Can't
lot
wait
of
to have
fun.
you back
Yes,
again.
Of course,
We're gonna have to do this again
Of
and bring
course.
some more people
Yes,
down.
I imagine
love that.
I was very rushed today, so I didn't bring any glass, but I will bring more
That's
glass.
okay.
next
That's
time.
okay. There are many more to come.
Yeah.
I was
That's
gonna
true.
bring some glass too, and I just
Yeah.
didn't know where I'm going after this. So
I was so
Okay,
yeah.
it's all right. Usually I've got my glass, and you know what? This weekend I forgot it as well. So
Yeah.
it was one of those cannabis days and no glass day.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was
we
good.
still had dabs though.
Yeah, no, we had a great couple dabs. It was good.
that
And
one
Al,
was
thank you
fucking
again for
camped
coming
me
again.
right out.
I love
Thanks
when
for
Al
having me.
comes. Yay! And
December
Cindy showed up.
21st,
December 21st.
Thursday, Fortune Sound Club.
Yes.
Check it out, fortunesoundclub.com.
Yes, get your meet
Daz
and greet tickets.
Dillinger, Mac Sean 100,
Daz in the
Salam
house,
Rack.
baby.
I mean, like, Salam Rack. No, fuck, it's crazy. That
It's
guy.
gonna be
That
a-
guy
it's
worked with
gonna be
Beyonce.
sick.
That guy worked with Eminem. That guy's worked with everybody.
It's gonna
So,
be
it's
a
huge.
wicked
It's
show.
a fucking huge show.
And the meet and greet before that. Get in on that, you guys.
Yeah.
Because
Only
catered dinner,
75. Only
75.
75.
people. Hopeful maybe party bus after, like, shoot. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So, Monday, tomorrow, it's going to be the start of everyone's week. It's also the 420 Lifestyle Show with Carly Marley and BC Bud Gal. So make sure you stay tuned for that.
I sometimes drop in. Holy moly, that was really stoned.
Liz,
What did you
Liz-
just
Liz-
say just now?
Liz is going to be there.
What was
I
that?
sometimes drop in on that one.
Yeah.
Tuesday is our day of rest. Wednesday,
Maybe I
we've
won't
got
this
From Under
week.
the Influence with me, Al, and Marijuana Man.
That's right.
Thursday, we've got Craig X live at Studio 710 with Expert Joints Live. And then we've got Friday, we've got Jer, sometimes doing a cannabis news show. Saturday, high noon with Boss Lissa and her
Oh,
lovely lounge
jeez.
friends, one of
There
my
you go.
favorite shows of the week. And then back to me, and I have a surprise next week. So,
Mm.
yay.
Surprise
Okay,
in the house.
see you guys next week. Bye.